Fan-controlled sports and entertainment brought you fan-controlled football. Fan-controlled football gave fans the power to run their franchise from a groundbreaking app.
Come on, man.
And now, we're changing the game again. This time, hardwood is history. Fan-controlled hoops, where fans call the shots.
If it's us versus them, who you think gon' win? If it's us versus
This February, Fan-Controlled Hoops lights it up in Atlanta. Be the first to choose your squad at fchoops.io. Power to the fans. Yeah!
Hey! Welcome. No text, no pics, no Jeff. And yet here I am. Can't get rid of me that easy, fans. The show formerly known as the Fan-Controlled Show, the official companion show to fan-controlled sports and entertainment. The only multi-league empire that is controlled entirely by you, the fans. I'm Jeff Tuins, T. Kanata, and I'm joined by some of my favorite people on the planet. It's Patrick Dees, it's Josh McCouga, and it's the Commissioner Ray Austin. What's up, fellas?
I'd like to point out that Jeff still hasn't sent me any pics.
Damn it.
So this title will
Damn it.
still work.
Damn it.
You've texted him approximately 589 times.
Damn it.
Oh, my God.
One of my boys that watched the show saw the picture, took a screenshot, and sent it to me. He's like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "No, that's real. That's real."
My brother saw it on my social media and he was like, is Jeff okay?
A question we ask every week.
Yeah. Hey, good to see you. Look, we got some Facebook commenters in here. We're live on
Whoa.
Facebook today, too. Facebook,
Wow.
Twitter, Twitch,
Oh, that's cool.
YouTube.
Come
Oh,
on.
let's
My
go.
goodness.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Just in time for
this is
Facebook
awesome.
not to be relevant. It's us on Facebook.
Hey, that's my dad.
Love it. Yeah, hey, welcome. We have a big show for you. We got not one, not two, but three huge guests. We're gonna have trivia coming up. We're gonna yell about sports and stuff. And evidently, there's an entire section now in the rundown of this show specifically designated to make fun of me. It doesn't happen enough.
Look, no, I think the challenge is that it was all spread out, and I thought I was trying to do you a favor by containing it. Right? Let's designate a little Jeff zone as opposed to you just getting shrapnel the entire show.
I have a feeling it's not going to reduce the shrapnel in it, Patrick.
I'm a little jealous though because I saw those cartoon pictures of all those paintings or what was that? I don't even know what that
AI.
was.
I'm all
Whatever
about
it was.
AI me.
Whatever it was badass.
Incredible.
I was
Thank
like,
you. You got to get in on that, dude. I'll send you the link. It's so simple. It's
Man.
incredible.
Those
We're
were-
in the future, Ray.
Wait.
We're in the
You won't send anybody anything, and you know it.
I
You
gotta,
sent it
send,
to me?
I gotta send you pics, Josh.
The question is,
And you haven't sent me a link.
What's the number right now of your now from the last week to
Well, it's
Up
funny.
or down?
Back to-
It went down, and now it's back to the exact same number at 604 again. But I'm telling you guys, it's mostly spam. The thing is, I don't know how you guys do it, but I have that thing where it'll show you the first four lines of a text.
Yeah.
So I just most of the time, if it's
see
like
it?
a spam text or if it's the last text of a discussion, I won't actually click on it or touch it or whatever. I'll just read it and move on, and so it remains unread. But it's not unread.
Well, so it's my new favorite thing. I get 2 or 3 of those spam texts a day.
Me and Deez had fun. Me and Deez had some fun over the weekend.
I get hello. This was yesterday. Hello, and I wrote, well, hello there. It says, my name is Zora. Do you remember me? I just returned to New York, USA. Do you have time? Let's get dinner together. And I responded, Zora, of course. How the hell could I forget you? Was one of the wildest nights of my life in the best possible way. But you really need to learn how safe words work. That last paddle was one too many. New York, USA, you say? Thank you for the clarification. Dinner sounds great tomorrow at 9 at our spot, or just pick you up at our place. Excuse me, are you David? I'm Zora. I just returned to New York, USA. Let's have dinner. Of course I'm David, you silly. Tall David with a slight limp and that eye patch that you found so
You
hot.
kept this going.
Went on for like an hour. I just kept going. Whatever they say, just yes, just agree to it. And they have no response.
Patrick, can I hire you to just answer my text?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love it.
That's
Yes,
actually a pretty
100%.
solid position in the Kanata household.
Yeah.
All things being equal.
That'd be
I'll
pretty
give-
great.
it's like the hand of the king.
The chat is on fire.
I was gonna-
Chat ready. I'm psyched about Facebook. Somebody named Zook_D is so excited for Jigaman Porto to come on. I think this
a
might be
legend.
his wife or girlfriend or his mistress on the side.
Crazy
Perhaps
uncle wanting
an
to talk
alter
about Dark
ego that
Brandon.
he's created. Yeah. Hey, look. I
Love
mean, we got Facebook comments in here. This is good. One of them is just
Yeah.
Facebook user, but still, it's somebody.
Yeah, if you're
Facebook
catching this
user.
later, if you're just an audio listener, getting a lot of fun live. Glad you're joining us out of the way, but be part of the show. Come name the show every week. You get
That's
to name
right.
the show.
You can name the show. If you're here on Twitch, you can just put show name suggestions in chat. We pick the favorites at the end of the show, and then you vote. And whatever you vote for is what we're called. That's why we're called No Text, No Pics, No Me.
Well, we're also called that because you don't text anybody, you don't send anybody pics, and thus
Weird lack of
you
weird
still
lack
here.
of responsibility in that. We're named that just because the fans said it. I don't
Yeah.
I
And this is a solid question to get us going here. Does FCF like grilled or boiled hot dogs more? Is that a question?
That's it, right. I
Did
just
you
saw
talk to my mom? My mom used to boil hot dogs.
I haven't had a boiled hot dog since I was about 10 years old.
Yeah,
But I'm glad that's something we all share, right? Like yeah, definitely. It was 100% boiled growing up.
Yeah.
I would rather throw them like on top of the actual broiler, like on the oven. I don't care. Like I would rather done that than boil.
Do you remember what it did to the water in the bowl, in the in the pot?
Disgusting.
It turned it into this weird like oil water.
Have you ever smelled somebody like that? You like
Yes.
You smell like boiled hot
Oh, wow.
dogs.
Little known fact. Christina Aguilera smelled like that all through grade school, guys. All through grade school.
Wow.
She grew up in Pittsburgh, and all my buddies that went to school with her were like, yeah, she smelled like hot dogs. I was like, oh, burn. So then when she came to Pittsburgh for a concert, like her first concert in Pittsburgh after Genie in a Bottle, she's like, it's so nice to be home. And people booed her.
Sounds like the genie spent a little too long in the bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, Jeff.
What a weirdly specific comment. You smell like boiled hot dog. I can get over the precision, right? Like that's why it hurts. Because we all know it.
everybody knows.
No, yeah.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
If you if I want a hot dog now, I have my George Foreman grill. I still have my George Foreman grill. That's how I make hot dogs. I grill them on the George Foreman grill. It takes like 2 minutes. Not even.
Wait, you actually still use the George Foreman?
To make hot dogs and hamburgers. It's great
That's
for hot
it?
dogs and hamburgers.
You keep it in your kitchen and you utilize it.
Yes.
You're the last remaining foreman.
I think they still sell them. Don't they still sell them?
They have to. I guarantee.
I was on
Our
I was on a
children's
panel.
children will be buying them.
I was on a panel in LA for I can't remember what it was, and I was sitting next to the guest speaker, and I was all hyped because I was talking about FCF, and all the other guys were all happy about, like could wait for me to talk. And this guy sat next to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm the co-founder of FCF. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, I came up with everything on HDTV. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
You sat next to
And the
Ron
guy,
Popeil?
this guy, you listen. I can't remember his name, but he used to go to conventions and he would walk around and he would try to find the person to be the guy. He wasn't going to see the event. He was trying to find the next George Foreman and stuff. So
he's finding the inventors, the products.
He found the guy that does the white, the blue,
ShamWow.
the ShamWow.
Yeah.
He did George Foreman. He said George Foreman. They offered that up to like 3 other people, and then he ran into George Foreman talking to people at just doing a sign, and he was like, "That's my guy," and that's why it's named George Foreman. That's it could have been named Michael George. It could have named been the Bill Cosby. It could have been him.
George Foreman. George Foreman has made more money on that than he did ever in his boxing career.
When he was
Yeah.
saying the licensing on that, everybody was just like, look like, and he was just like, man, I just went to all those conventions just trying to find the right person.
That's
Dude,
crazy.
that's so funny that you mentioned that because at least a couple years ago we were in talks. It was all over social media about doing some stuff with Mike Tyson. Still down the road, we'd like to be able to do that. But on Mike's team, he surrounded himself with some super sharp dudes. That guy being one of them, and he's the brainchild behind that Tyson CBD drink called Dwink.
Oh, that's
That same guy.
That's right.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about
literally. I saw that dude like a couple like
I
I don't know.
we
right
do.
before the
We was
pandemic.
me and Bibby was sitting up in there, and they bring it out. We're like, "What the
Dwink? Should I say
we
that
were
out
like,
loud?
"Oh my!" We were like, "That's great."
It's so
great.
good.
Hey,
It's so
hey,
good.
Josh, you know where they enjoy Dwink?
Oh, please tell me.
In Wexham.
Oh,
Wow.
Jeff, I saw you with a tweet, and I thought to myself, man, he did. It started with Ray Allen, then it went to who? What was the other one, Jeff? The one that you-
I'm not going to help you.
And then he spent an entire show calling it "Welcome to Wexham," which is so hard to say. And you sound like I know what my daughter's going to sound like in a year. Like, Daddy, let's watch another Welcome to Wexham episode. Okay,
I really like it.
It sounds like a vocal cord exercise. You're like, "Welcome to Wexham. Welcome to the tip of the tongue."
That show is brilliant. It's great.
It's so good.
So good.
Have you guys finished it yet? The finale
No.
just aired.
Yeah, no, I haven't finished it yet.
It is
3/4.
The last 2 episodes had me crying in bed to the point where like the bed was shaking a little bit, and Amanda was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "It's just
Fine.
Welcome to Wrexham."
It's so good how they play off each other. And
Yes.
they know the joke. You know what I mean? It's like they know the.
Well, I think what's so smart about the show though is that it doesn't just rely on Rob McElhaney and Ryan Reynolds, right? It understands that, hey, what's special about this is like looking at the community of fans. It's kind of like what we do here, actually. It's like going, the fans are as interesting as these, megastars.
I love that they have like they're talking about the guy who owns the bar. There. How that interacted with his business, and then bringing in that I mean, just like we do. We had to go get the right coach. Right. We had, just to see how they thought that through it's incredible. I love it.
Well, I think they do something that's harder than it looks. Like when you see somebody who does something great, it looks easy. Like when you watch Tiger play golf, it looks easy.
Yeah.
These guys do this thing where they take an event and they show it through the lens of the fans, the front office, and the players. And it is just an event and affects them all wildly differently, both good and bad. And I think that's something that we can learn in some of our storytelling here is that like, look, we usually be like, what's the fan reaction to this? Or I think sometimes we hit that pretty well, or we've done some behind the scenes stuff, but never like, hey, this is what's happening in the league, and how does that affect, and how does it all tie back together? And it's just expertly done.
I think one of my favorite moments that we've had on a call was when we announced, I can't remember who it was, that we had hired a fan. And I can't remember who the first fan was that we hired. And it was like when we did it, it was just like, and they was a part of our meetings now. Now they were, they were hearing Josh like he still doesn't know what he's talking about when he's on meetings. And it was just real cool to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's a great show, and I wish I had pronounced it correctly. It's
overrated.
and
nobody corrected you. You spent a whole show and just nobody was like, Jeff, can I just quick note? They just let you go.
No.
You think we're tough on you? That's way worse.
Right? Have they talked? Is there talks into like season 2s and 3s, or is it just
Well, my buddy is the executive producer on it. He's a really good friend of mine, and
that's right.
I haven't asked him about season 2 yet because
I didn't know.
Yeah, I'll name drop it. Go ahead, Brent. Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm listening.
And I want to ask him about season 2, but I'm still like, and now I'm like, do I follow Wrexham and like the tables because they don't play their games live on television, right? We got to find some like crappy stream or something. But apparently, this FA Cup, if they go and they play this FA Cup this year, it could be on American TV.
Dude, the fact that they were on FIFA was like, dude,
it's insane.
It's insane.
Oh, so smart. Like,
I'd always sort of known. I've gone to see a lower league match live in London. I went, we went there years ago and went and saw. It was amazing. I sat right on the pitch because you could just get tickets for like $15.
Look at Jeff using the word pitch right. I know. He gets to Wexham, but he can't.
on the quid. It only cost me 5 quid.
Yeah. But and so I'd sort of always been aware of the structure of moving up and moving down the leagues.
Oh, okay.
But I never really absorbed how friggin' cool that is.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought that was pretty cool.
It's an amazing just that mechanism
That's a good point.
is such a cool way to like invest in your team and anything's possible. Literally anything is possible, right? All you gotta do is win.
And they've really made what the Green Bay Packers are pretending to be. They just think about all the people that didn't even follow soccer, but even know what Wrexham was. Now, if they put that jersey in Fanatics or something right now, like how, like I'm pretty sure
it would go. It would go.
It's so smart, man.
And that's how like the Savannah Bananas, it started with like this crazy debt financing model, and then they turned it into like this version of baseball that is wild, and they kind of make their own rules. They sell tons of merchandise. They sell out every game. They make all of the concessions very cheap. They make it super affordable to go to these games, and they make it a full entertainment thing. They don't even call their broadcasters the broadcast team or anything like that. They're like Savannah Entertainment Directors or something like that. It's like everything they've like tried to do has been one play at like a social media play, and you kind of got to give it to them. I mean, they thought about it and they went for it. Yeah.
My favorite thing about going back to Wexham a little bit, like so I love the bananas, but like I've known the idea they have chants for individual people, but seeing the Paul Mullins one, like they've got super Paul Mullins, really made me want Makuga to make one for Kanata about 2 N's and 1 T, and we've got super 2 N's, 1 T. Anyway, so just
2 N's, 1 T, 2 N's, 1 T.
We've got Jeffrey, 2 N's, 1
T.
I love how that chant like. Is it possible for a chant to put more pressure on your own player? Like, he's the best. Watch he's gonna own you. And it's like, oh god, stop chanting.
Diarrhea today. I don't know if we'll do that.
We have him and you don't. Like the Paul Mullins one is amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's no Roy Kent, but it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very creative-ish. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know
how
doesn't
really like.
How is everybody on the same page? How do they all do they pass out lyric sheets? What is it, you know?
I know we've updated the third verse, everybody. We're doing a third verse, we're adding another syllable. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you know how long
the band, the guy.
Oh yeah.
And they picked him to do all that.
Yes.
It's
awesome. It's awesome.
It definitely has FCF vibes, you know.
Yeah.
It's got
Yeah. But you're right. I wrote it off because I actually really thought so. Like when I saw the commercial for it, I mean, I love sports documentaries. I'm a big Last Dance guy, all those things. But this one didn't appeal to me because I thought from the ads, to your point earlier, Jeff, I thought it was just leveraging their names, and it was like it was about football, but it was like really an excuse to hang out with these two dudes that everybody thinks is awesome, and like what's their life like? Oh, and they bought a soccer team, but that's kind of in the background. And I was like, it felt. I don't know, like this one trick pony. It's just so much more than that. They're self-aware. It's self-deprecating. Dude, if you just haven't seen it, check it out.
I love that they first meet on camera for the first time.
Yeah.
They were like social media friends, and you guys know this the difference between a TV star and a movie star.
Yes. Like people see Rob McElhenney and they're like, "Hey, cool," and everybody just dresses as Deadpool. Right? It's a totally different thing. I want to give a shout out to Shady Sports Network, who says, "Love the show, guys. Lots of leagues could learn from FCF." And he's got a Philadelphia Eagles avatar. Okay. Yeah, you were good. You had us. And then you had to put the Eagles thing there, didn't you? You had to put the Eagles
undefeated. Undefeated.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Does anybody care? Does anybody care outside of Philadelphia? Like, really?
Shady Sports Network does.
That's one of my favorite things that he does in the show was when he makes the Wexham the away jerseys that Philly green is just
that gross green.
Yeah.
Go to Penn State and not be from Philadelphia. You'll learn to hate Philly real quick. Shady Sports Network said, I actually interviewed Patrick Dees. Hey, we want you to come on the show so we can make fun of Philadelphia. Do you want to do that? We were into that idea.
And they'll-
Mostly
Oh,
just me.
Oh, I didn't even recognize. Dude, it's great. Like, DM me later. You're coming on the show.
Okay.
You're
love
gonna
it.
take some shrapnel, but you're coming on the show.
I had it was a Bears game and Philly was playing Bears and I needed a whole bunch of tickets. And so I called Donovan McNabb and he was like, yeah, man, I can get you, how many you need? I was like, man, I'd love it if you can give me like 15. He was like, that'd be absolutely. This mofo put us right in the middle of the Philadelphia Eagle people. And we're at the top. We're at the tippy top of Soldier Field. And I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my gosh. And all my people up all the way up to the top. And we like right in the middle. I was like,
Yep.
maybe a little bit more
Bears.
specific next time.
Yeah, next time. Boykin from MVP. Josh is jealous of Philly's success. Sure. Yeah, definitely. 100%. And the Pittsburgh Steelers beat a beleaguered Tampa Bay Buccaneers team with Tom Brady on 2 bad legs. Who knows?
Yeah,
Tom Brady's like angrier at Microsoft pads than he is at anything else. Tablets, whatever.
Oh, and
Anyway.
last thing for Shady, one of my best friends was the head scout at the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. So
Oh,
yeah,
one of those guys.
my buddy. I guess I'm cooking some greens. I just want to check on them. I'll be right back.
Oh my! Did you bring enough for everybody?
The most commish thing that's ever happened.
Totally.
It's incredible.
Well, amazing.
It's
All
incredible.
right, we got Discord questions, Josh. Discord
Yeah,
questions.
let's go.
You guys ready for this? Okay,
Yeah.
Bang
Yeah, we
Bang
are.
Rogers. First of all, Bang Bang Rogers, Riley, you legend, just celebrated his 16th birthday. Happy birthday, Bang Bang.
Wow, driving.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
Big one. Okay, so we released the 101, and there are some questions. These come from Bang Bang Rogers as well. It's his birthday. How many points is the lit zone? How many points is the lit player? How do we stop fans from only lighting up the paint and doing layups all game because that's boring? And how many points is a foul since there are no free throws? D's.
Yeah, so Bang Bang's talking about fan control hoops, right? And a part of the core mechanic there is lighting up the strategy. You're not calling plays, but you are dictating action on the court. So you either, at a 2-minute cooldown, you either select a part of the court to light up for bonus points or a player. And I think he's asking specifically about, like, what are those bonus points? And that is a great question because we are still tuning those. So we are testing that right now. Again, so what we can tell you is it'll be 1 or 2 points depending, but again, we want to see what makes the best game. What you saw with fan control football, every game was close, and that was over finely tuning every single rule. The commission, his team, they said how many yards off the ball people could be, who is an eligible receiver. They spent a lot of time dialing in those rules, and so we're tuning that a little bit with hoops. But we wanted to get that one-on-one video out there so you kind of had an idea about how is this crazy thing going to work? Because people get how you control football. You say hoops, and people just go what?
Right.
So yeah, it's worth a bonus now. We'll have more as we get closer to it. We'll have definitive what those bonuses are.
And to answer his question, with foul shots, no foul shots.
Nope.
1 point, and the person who got fouled gets the ball.
Correct.
That has been decided.
Yep.
Right.
That's not
so.
changing.
It's not 2 points; it's 1 point. And if you
keep the
foul
ball.
them, you don't get they get the ball. So it's it's a 1 point safety. Basically, you keep the ball. You get the ball kicked off to you for the most part, even though this is basketball. So that's why we try and eliminate or reduce the amount of fouls, because if you foul and you don't get the ball back, what's the point, right?
Right.
What does that get you?
Yep.
I'd like to point out that Harry Dog suggested a fantastic show name, Cooking Greens.
Oh, cooking green.
Solid.
Pretty good.
My wife is gone. She's been gone for a couple of days. So
Oh no.
it's
pretty good.
like Ferris Bueller's Day Off of this motherfucker. So I'm cooking.
That's amazing. That's what. Anytime my wife leaves, I always cook ribs. It's like I just got to have ribs now because my wife's gone.
Okay, this one comes from Freedom Fighter. He says, thoughts on points for blocks or steals? If I was making rules, I would say absolutely not.
Wait, you said it again?
Points for blocks and steals, or blocks.
And hoops.
Or
Oh, so you
steals.
get a block
And hoops.
shot, you get a point. That's interesting.
No, that'd be too much. Yeah. That'd be,
I'm out on that.
It's hard to track, but there's nothing
Yeah.
more electric than a block. I mean, part of what we want to do was an NBA Jam in real life. That's why dunks are worth extra points. And so part of me really likes the idea of it is a hardcore poster rejection being an extra point. I don't think logistically it's fun, but It's cool. It's a good
I'm
suggestion.
still trying to get in the the hook shot and the free throw shot like that. Like we need
Granny.
to power up the granny shot.
Yeah.
Like put it back up for the power ups or something. I don't know. I know y'all like what
You want to power up the granny shot?
Yeah, I'm not-
no. I mean, think about it. The power,
I'm thinking
power
about
up the granny shot, or the Kareem hook.
Okay,
I do
sky
like-
hook.
Here's what I like. Here's what I like, guys. A power up that literally powers up a specific kind of shot is really interesting.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
It's like
that's
for the
not
next
bad.
for the
I like
next
it.
2 minutes, anybody that does this kind of shot and scores,
See,
Double
that's kind of
pump.
interesting. That's kind of interesting.
brainstorming.
Yeah.
Brainstorming. Here we go. What advice would you? This comes from Woody the Duck. What advice would you give the new crop players coming to the FCSE, and how should they go about interacting with the fans community? Personally, I've gravitated a lot toward people who made themselves available to us when we were able to have a real personal connection to, compared to the people who only came on to promote themselves. We're talking about players and fans.
That's a great question because every time I'm in the meetings and as we talk about these other sports, I always bring up like the biggest thing that we do is like how we highlight our players, how we give our player, we want that connection. So we're going to do the same thing that we did for football. So when I go to these tryouts, I'm not looking at the basketball. I don't even look at the football. I mean, I see guys that are football. I'm like, yeah, that guy. But this will be the same way. We need to find guys that fans can gravitate to. We need guys that can be the Slick Nicks and the Andrew Jamils and you know what I'm saying. So it's so funny when you play ball and you see a guy, you be like, oh, he reminds me of such and such. You know him, right? You like, oh, that's Keith. That's Cedric right there. He moved like Cedric. And it's gonna be the same way when we go to these tryouts. I'm gonna be like, yep, there's my Andrew. There's my Slick Nick right there. There's my boom, got it. And so we're going to be putting that. The rosters are the same. We're going to have hoopers, but we got to have talent too at the same time. So
Agreed.
great question.
Yeah,
Great question.
I think like again, part of Ray, you did such a good job with football, and we want to continue that into hoops is giving these guys a platform, right? Like so much of this is that that we want to be able to have them build a community here with Fan Control Sports and Entertainment and take that with them after sports. And so, what advice would you give? Be ready to create content. Be ready to off the field engage with the fans. Talk about what went right, what didn't. And like again, be somebody that you can, because fans are still drafting players. They're still calling the strategy during the course of it. So killer question.
Great question. Yep, I love that.
Let's do 2 more because then we got our first guest waiting backstage.
Yeah, we do.
Nerdy E plays. How many players on a hoops team? I think we already said this is 4 guys on the court, but 8 on a team, right? With some reserves.
Quick note there. It is 4 on the court at a time, 8 on a team, and not everybody can play all game. The most you can play is 3 quarters. So there's this strategery involved about who you play and when. And hoops is a game of matchups, and so I think it'll be really interesting to see who you play against whom, and I think it'd be awesome.
Inventor One says, when will we see the real LED court? As somebody that's seen a couple of the renderings, it is worth the wait.
It is worth the wait.
Thing of beauty. It's coming. I'll just say this for this group. It's a big announcement. It is a huge differentiator. And so when that is revealed to the world in kind of in a major way where you get a lot of visibility into it, it'll be with a lot of like our owners and people comment on it. It's going to be a bigger story. So we're still pulling in a couple pieces, but
one of my favorite things that Dees brought to the table was the overlay of when the play comes up. I was just like, with
fire.
If you thought that was cool,
yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Just you wait.
Crazy.
And then our this is a fun one. Final question before we welcome our first guest. When will we see we started that. What Jeopardy style trivia category do you think you would be better at than 99% of people? I'm going to say Bad Boys 2.
Yeah, you have an encyclopedic knowledge of that show. You are a vertical slice of Wikipedia about that show. I think that's right.
I would say Prince Deep Cuts.
Wow. Okay.
I'm a huge Prince fan. I love Prince.
He's no Taylor Swift, but
I would say Seinfeld or King of Queens. Let's go.
You and me, Seinfeld could be a really good trivia. That could be really good. Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go. Okay.
Dude, I've known Ray for a decade and had no idea that even liked Seinfeld. Buckle up, buddy, man. You were getting a lot of Seinfeld quotes in your text.
There you are.
Pretzels
There you
are
are.
making me thirsty.
Did we
know what I
just
mean?
organize Ink versus Toner?
Oh.
Oh.
I love it. Yeah, let's do it.
Deez, what do you got? Trivia.
I don't know
Now
anything
you-
about anything, so there is not a chance. I know a little bit about everything. No,
7'6" Mormon
not a
centers.
chance. Oh, actually, there you go. I know a lot about former Mormon basketball players in the NBA.
Boom.
Boom.
Let's
Boom.
go.
Let's
Okay.
go.
No, his Deez's category is the air up there.
How about best grilled chicken at sports bars?
Oh, yes. I could write a whole coffee table book about that. Grilled
Yeah.
chicken and broccoli across the country? Come on.
Yep.
It's like-
There you go. There you go. Okay, we are. Our first guest is behind backstage. Jeff, you want to give him a hot intro? Like,
Yeah, let's do it. It's one of our favorite folks. You remember him from FCF Season 2, his own show.
Sure.
And he's one of my favorite people. You know him from Spawn on Me. Kahlief Adams is with us. What's up, Kahlief?
What up? What up? What up? Can you all hear me? Is everything sounding good? Everything's
Sounds
all right.
great.
Not only do you
Sounds
sound good, you look good.
I mean, it is nothing can compare to you beautiful humans on the
Kahlief,
spot
all
right
you need
there.
is one mic, bro. All you need is one mic.
That's all. I'm trying, man. You know how it goes. You know, it's wonderful what compression will do to make you sound like a real man. It's like
Jeff
I
knows
sound like
all
a
about
grown
that.
adult. What was that? What was that, Josh?
Jeff knows all about that. He is Mr.
Josh,
Compression.
I mean,
talking about,
Jeff needs nothing. Jeff has the sound of God when he comes on the set. So it's all
Somebody
good.
here's nice to me at least.
Yeah, that's why we brought him on. Just wait. It's a rope a dope. He's saving all of it for the back end of the interview.
What's good,
Dude,
y'all? How you been?
Good, dude. I had the opportunity of seeing both Kahlief with producer Jim in San Diego TwitchCon, and it was awesome because I'm standing between the two of them, and every 2 minutes, so I'm trying to have this dialogue between the two of them. Every 30 seconds goes, "Hey, excuse me, are you Kahlief? Can I get a quick picture? Are you Jim? Are you Afro? Can we do that?" And so I'm just standing there between two people that just keep taking autographs, and I'm like, "Awesome, this is cool, guys!" Like, God, in a way, it was amazing. I was around.
Who's this
royalty at
giant
TwitchCon.
ginger you're
I
with?
know, bro.
This is what
This
happens
guy's
when you
Conan
debut your
O'Brien?
OnlyFans during TwitchCon. This is what happens. It was like, "Yo, Kosh, your feet." I was like, "No, you don't want that. You don't want that at all."
That was a gross scene in Welcome to Wrexham when they showed some of those guys' feet. Oh, good lord! That was-
I still
say
have that like
dragon.
picture of James Harden's feet emblazoned.
Oh,
in my
God.
mind.
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow,
Yeah.
is that what happens? Is that what the apocalypse looks like? It's just like
That's
feet
something.
throwing up gang signs." I was like, "I get it."
At a right angle. Carl, we've been talking about Welcome to Wrexham for however many. Are you way down that? I knew you were a big Jordan doc. Space the name of the Last Dance
Last
guy.
Dance,
Are
yeah.
you a big Welcome to Wrexham fan? Have you watched the show? Like we can't.
I haven't watched it yet. I've been the thing that is on my docket is the And One documentary.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
I've
I
watched
watched
both
that.
of them. They're good.
It's really interesting. Yeah, I checked that out. It was good.
I am so ready for that because that was like a part of my growing up in watching basketball in that part of the 90s was being at the Rucker and going to see some of those games. Like I remember the day that Kobe went to the Rucker and I was there. Played in the rain, and I was like dumbfounded at the fact that I was like watching greatness happen, and it also like reaffirmed just how effortless it is for all of these NBA players to just dunk on you and make you feel bad.
Right.
I was like, that year was Baron Davis, Kobe, Sean Marion, and a couple other folks who played that season for the EBC. And I would just remember Baron Davis just like effortlessly just like, I'm gonna just do a 360 just for the heck of it, and it was the dopest thing on the planet because I was like, oh, I just didn't know that. I mean, I've seen him in NBA games like do it whenever he wants, but it was like just interesting to just see like people was like, oh no, you're just tall and can do whatever you want whenever you want to. It was kind of amazing.
I remember being in New York at that time, and Rutgers was like all they talked about is like, we gotta go down there. You got, man, it is. When you see it for that one, all it takes is one time. You're like, "Yep, this is it. It is
the Mecca. It
the
is
way
the Mecca.
basketball is supposed to be played."
It's like, oh, I'm gonna run over here to the softy truck and go grab some ice cream, and then go over here and go watch basketball for like 5 hours at a time. So it's great.
the other thing that BD does well, I talked about Baron Davis. He is one of the owners in this league, and so he's incredible. The man smokes nuclear grade marijuana, like at one hit, and I was high enough to spin off the planet from. But the other thing that he does brutally well is Grant Cohen sent him some footage of me dribbling on the test court of the LED court.
Yeah.
Mind blowing stuff, like it looked incredible. And the only thing Baron had to say was not how cool that was or whatever. But what's with his pathetic handles was the response.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Thanks.
Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, look, we've already seen the commish go up against Dwight Howard. Now we have to see
Sean Bradley against Baron
you.
Davis.
I want that to be a rating that pops up on the LED floor.
Yeah.
Like
Kahlief, I love what
dribble
you
is
just
trash
said.
on the floor.
No, Kahlief, I love what you just said. If they pull me, I was literally up in the suites and had like they was like, yeah, you got to go do one-on-ones. I'm like, okay, yeah, we want me to call it? I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you need to
No.
do it right now. Oh, we're gonna pick somebody? No, he wants to actually do it. Wait. So I like what you're saying. We need to. So now that we're going into another sport, our CEO, Slow Rock Rudy, always talking shit about how good he is.
Oh yeah.
Put him out there and see who scores 1 point.
I like
There
it.
you go.
Did you
I
see
like
that
that a lot.
tweet?
Also against Dwight Howard.
There was a fantastic tweet that happened actually, I think a day ago or early in the morning. It basically was like, if we put you in your current state, we get you at the best kind of physical performance that you can, give you a year, put you on an NBA court for 40 minutes. Do you think you could score at least 1 point?
Mm.
And I was like, absolutely, I can get 1 point. And I had so many people doubt me. I had so many people who were like, yo, Kai, you ain't getting a point, fam. Like, we see how you run. And I was like, yo, I was on the field, and I caught a pass behind my back. I wasn't even looking. I caught a pass. It was in the show. It was on the court. So I know I can at least get 1 bucket by running headfirst into someone and getting a foul and getting a foul shot.
There's a great I've been watching this show on Hulu called Reboot.
Yeah.
With it has a bunch of people.
Oh
in it.
yeah.
Keegan Michael Key's in it, and there's this last episode. Keegan Michael Key's like one of his co-stars on the show that he's in the show goes, hey, you want to go play basketball? And he's like, all right, I'm in. And they go down, and it's all like 12-year-olds. He's like, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to play against a bunch of little kids. And then one of the kids like starts talking smack to him. He's like, all right, I'm in. And he just starts like owning these kids.
Yeah.
And it's like a 5-minute sequence of Keegan Michael Key. It's just like
Destroying
swatting
children.
every kid. and then there's a lady on the side like videoing it, and she's like, look at this horrible man. And it's very, very funny, very funny. But
As a person who used to work in the public school system back home in New York, you got to teach the kids the hard way.
Yeah.
Back them down,
Back 'em
give them
down.
the full 300 pounds of body, and deal with. They got to deal with it.
Listen, the same way I was with Dwight, I'd be with a 12-year-old. Like,
This is why we fam.
Yep.
This is why we're fam. I don't-
incredible?
yeah, exactly. I was like, man, you gonna get dunked on. I'm gonna spin off you.
what?
Hit
that
another
incredible
kid with the
scene,
body.
in the Redeem team where that they show in the trailer with Kobe being like, I'm gonna run right through him.
Yeah.
He's like, no, really, you are? And he's like, yep, first play, I'm gonna run right through him. Like
Run
that's what
straight
you do
through
with
him.
12-year-olds too.
Yeah. Dude, I can't believe they really didn't think you would get a single point. I'd bet the farm that you, for a year working peak physical condition.
Look, first of all, I don't even know what peak physical condition would look like for me.
What is that? What is
Sure.
What is
Yeah, but you got a year to get there.
I mean, look, peak physical condition for me is to be like I can sweat and breathe at the same time. Like, and maybe get from the half court to like when they call suicides, it's for me. It's not about anybody else. It's suicides for me.
My physical condition doesn't peak. It has like rolling hills.
Mine looks like the stock market. It's like it goes up and down, and you might get to a plateau, and it might actually do something. But I'm with you, Pat. Like I believe in me enough
Yeah, 100%.
that I would be able to at least get 1 point. Even if because like look, especially at the way the league is being called now, where you can get a foul for anything. Like
They gotta make a free throw.
Look, all I have to do is run headfirst into Pat Beverly. I'm automatically at the free throw line. That's an easy dub. That's an easy win for me.
All right.
The fans.
Hey, Josh, we got to yell about sports and stuff, right? We're just having a good old time
we do
here.
have to yell about some sports and stuff.
Yell
No,
about
it's,
sports.
when Ka's on, it's the best.
Yeah.
And my internet went out, and I don't know who. I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's a shock that I even have what I have. Let's yell about some sports and stuff, Jeff.
Yeah.
So you know how it goes. Jeff, go ahead.
Let's
Do the
yell
song.
Yell
about
about
sports and
sports and
stuff.
stuff. Let's yell about sports and stuff. Let's yell.
Boom. There we go. We got it. And
Got
So
a bumper
good.
machine.
That was a remix.
shout.
That was a remix. Sorry.
Yeah. Wicka. Ka. Okay, here we go. Your first question. All right, listen. Probably the best college football game in the last 10 years happened this past Saturday, and it was able to be celebrated by the one and only Commissioner Ray Austin. He had a
Oh, yeah.
cigar, he had some whiskey, he had some every kind of alcohol.
He
Okay?
destroyed his own home, I'm told.
Yes, he ripped it apart. What I want to know is, do we think that ripping down the goalpost is A, stupid, B, overrated, C, makes no sense, or D, pretty fun if blacked out drunk? We'll start with you, Kahlief Adams.
I've always wanted to jump on top of a goalpost to just
Hell
see
yeah.
what the weight distribution could be for me, my big ass. Like, I want to see how much my own body weight can move the goalpost just on its own.
Not
Just to see how it
40,000 other people. It's just you.
No, just me. I want
Yeah, just-
everybody else. Like, give me 2 minutes to at least get to the crossbar.
Yeah. Amazing.
Like, give me 2 minutes to get to the crossbar to see first if I can jump up there because my vertical is very,
I
very
was about to say,
small.
how are you even going to get that high? Like, how?
It's gonna look like the worst version of American Gladiators, like the
You're gonna be up
commercial
there.
break of me climbing up and being like, "Yo, I think I'm on here."
And
Somebody
he
help
ma-
me
You're
get
gonna be
off.
up there and you're gonna be like, I live here now. This is where I live now.
I'll
Sorry.
need the other 40,000 people to actually tip it over so I can get back down. I think
little
it's
help.
okay.
Little help.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's tradition. Like keep doing it. I think it's gonna be, as long as no one gets hurt and everybody's fine afterwards. Do it. Tear it down. Why not?
Jeffrey Aniston Kanata.
I do not understand the tradition of hooray, we win, let's destroy our own stuff. I don't understand that. Every year when I lived in Los Angeles, I lived in Los Angeles during an insane Lakers run. And it always coincided with E3, which meant I was down at the Staples Center when the Lakers would win. And then everything would be destroyed. Everything. Cars on fire, things upside down. In celebration, this is a positive thing that happened. Let's burn it all. I've never understood I'm so happy. I want my own city to burn. I don't
I'm
get that.
jumping in there. I'm jumping in there because I think there is a distinction between burning your city and pulling down the goalposts. Because I am with you. I don't flipping cars and like firebombing stuff. No, but the goalpost is incredible.
It's
You are
of
part
a
of this
kind.
shared moment with like 40,000 other people that just did the impossible. I think it's incredible. It doesn't do a lot of harm.
Let me just say this. Let me say this. As somebody, okay.
This is me off. This was me off camera the whole time.
Sits with his arms crossed.
Okay. As somebody that went to a school that had many a riot after a big win or even a big loss, my two big things are when you start shaking something and it doesn't initially come down and you got to do so much work. I don't have that much dedication. I'm like this Kahlief Adams 1 year max physical shape. If it doesn't come down right away, I'm out. And then so the students take it out and then they throw it in a river. It's like Frank the Tank in old school. Let's go streaking. And then nobody actually goes streaking, but he still runs naked. And it's a hilarious scene in a movie. But in reality, you're just a naked dude on the street.
Ray's very upset at us.
Ray looks shook.
I'm dying to hear what Ray has to say.
Ray's gonna
Ray?
take the goalpost down of this show.
God's
First of
plan.
all, for you traditional, I mean, it's college tradition, and like I know we all love college tradition. We haven't had that for a long time, and that is a college tradition. You know, you tear your shit up. You know, when you do something as amazing, like I'm a Vol, man. Till I bleed orange, and we have just been in this rut
May want to get that checked
for
out.
years. We've been in this rut for years, And to do that and how we did it, there was no other way. I'm surprised that it was just one goalpost because the other one should be on Kingston Pike. That's how big this was for us because we knew we've been when I played there, we was always in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? And to see these young kids to finally get back that tradition, I cannot tell you the text messages of the players and the things that we said, and and shouts out to Steven Sartell for the cigar, the FCF cigar. I didn't have one, and the fact that I had one because of, I was just like, man, it couldn't have been better. It couldn't have been better for college football. And thank God, like you guys said, no one out of 100, it was sold out. 110,000 people, nobody got hurt, no felonies, and the team is intact too. So nobody got in no trouble. It was just an incredible weekend. It was
for me, like the celebration of like destruction and pulling out the goalpost. I mean, when Penn State beat North Carolina in the round of 32 in the NCAA tournament in basketball my freshman year, I was running down our main street with an American flag and a Speedo, really hammered. And that was super fun. I have to tear down a goalpost, then track it out of a stadium. Like, oh, we got to get through this corner part. Oh, pivot.
Tennessee, Alabama, that shit goes so. That is Chicago Bears, Green Bay. I mean, that is any rivalry that you could ever think about. That rivalry right there in the South is personal. It is personal, and I get emotional about it because I've always beat Alabama since I was in school, and so for that to come back, it was just like, man, it was.
Listen, I'm not saying anything about your victory, Ray. I think it's an amazing thing. What I am saying is did we?
Yes, you know what? You can pay for it. God damn it!
Look. I love it.
That's the reaction I wanted. That's the reaction I wanted.
And this is why I rock with Ray, because look, if the Knicks ever win a championship, I'm flying back home to New York and I'm finding the closest CVS and I'm ripping the damn thing down on the CVS. All of it's coming down back home in New York. I don't care.
I was turning up all around. My wife was like, "Chill out." I was like, "Fuck this table." Oh, man. Real talk, man.
I want to see the video of the Knicks win and Kaz like, yeah, and then gets up, walks out the door, gets in his car, drives to the airport, stands in the line, takes off his shoes, goes through the metal detector, sits on the thing, sits in the
Katonic.
5-hour flight, gets out, walks out, hails a cab, gets in the cab, drives in the thing, and then picks up and goes, yeah!
straight in that cab, right to
3 days later, that CVS had it coming. That CVS had
it. CVS. You too, Dwayne Reed. I'm taking all of you down with me. We all going together.
Very good.
Amazing.
Oh man, Kahlief, we have another guest backstage, but it is always a pleasure seeing you and listening to your golden voice and your. I can't wait to see what happens in a year from now when you're in peak physical shape. And
Can't wait.
And we get there.
We're gonna organize some games in Atlanta. We're playing.
Connecticut hoop. No, I already know doing it. They already
look when we get there, and again, thank you all for having me. The first thing we want when I'm at peak physical shape, right on the LED court, is my new cholesterol number. That's all I want. just put that right on the court, and that'll be what happens. And I'll be like,
Kahlief's like, can we get Dr. J? Not the basketball player. Literally, my doctor.
He's my endocrinologist. He's a hell of a guy.
No doubt. Love y'all.
Thanks, buddy.
He's the best. He's the best.
Adams.
Rules.
We've got a really big guest backstage.
We do.
And as somebody that watched intently as his Arizona Wildcats won the national championship, has the shirt when he went to the Final Four.
Same.
Being me. My brother was there as well. My brother framed the shirt.
Yeah.
When this man led the Arizona Wildcats to a national championship and is now the head coach of fan-controlled hoops. This is an unbelievable pleasure right now for me and this entire team. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Bibby.
Let's go.
How you guys doing?
Welcome to the show.
How are you,
Thanks
man?
for having me. I appreciate it, guys.
Come on.
Hey, Mike, did you just finish working out? Jeez.
I've been going around. I mean, all day training guys in the gym, lifting weights. So I've been on it all day since 5 o'clock this morning. So it doesn't stop.
Wow.
Phew. Well, as somebody who stops a lot, Mike, what are you just like pumped about for fan controlled hoops? I mean, tryouts are in about a week. We're psyched.
Just to come out and see this new talent. You know, I got my son will be playing in it, so we got him coming out and playing. So it's going to be. We got another generation. He graduated college, so I just want to see some of the talent that this is going to bring out. You know, we have some guys. Some guys that we play. I don't know if they want me to name them yet or not, but I think we have a lot of guys. 4 big time people that will. That's going to bring people to watch this league. I just can't wait for it.
We're so excited to have you, man. Like when we first started talking, what was the thing that was like most excited about, obviously fan control hoops, right? Like I'm sure you get a lot of offers from a lot of different folks. What was the thing that was like most exciting when you heard this concept?
Just to get back in and get just a new concept, just a new concept when Greg told me about it. I was like, you know what? I would love to do that. And, I met a lot of the owners. I met everybody that was involved in Vegas during Summer League. And, I was excited from then. I'm just ready for it to start.
Well, FCH is going to be positionless basketball. Can you talk a little bit about how it's going to be different from other professional basketball leagues?
First of all, it's on the LED court. That's where it all starts at.
Let's go.
And the fans will be able to call plays. And, it's a different concept that no one's ever done before. I just think it's going to be so successful just as far as the guys playing. The guys will play hard. We're going to get, 40 to 50 players that will play hard and go out there and give their all. So it's going to be good basketball all the way around. It's going to have some good coaching too as well.
So and I know, and first of all, man, Mike, it's been awesome for you to be a part of what we're doing, man. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And I can't wait to see you out here when you come to the tryouts. When you go to these tryouts, like what, for me as the football guy, I can always see a guy instantly, like what I'm looking for. Like, okay, wide receiver, he's got to do this. Defensive back, he's got to be able to do that. Like, what do you look for, or what are you going to be looking for when you go to these tryouts that we have coming up?
I mean, you look for everything. You look to see if a guy has a high IQ. You look to see if he can shoot the ball. You look to see how good of a teammate he is. You look to see how well he plays with other people, if he gets other people involved. There's like so many things that, I mean, like I said in the meetings, we'll be able to tell which guys could play right off the bat. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's going to be easy. I've been around basketball my whole life. So, I mean, it will be easy for us. The guys I got coming in to help coach, been around me, been coaching with me for, 10 plus years. So, I mean, we're all going to do it together. And, it's not just me. We got other guys coming in as well.
As somebody that you can know right away when you see them play that they're not good enough to play, that'd be me. What are some of the things that like when you were playing that people underestimated you, like about Mike Bibby?
I think my quickness. Everybody thought I was slow. I think that was the main thing they tried to give to me and make me work. But I mean, I was never the fastest guy, the quickest guy. But I knew how to move spots and use angles to where I could get to where I wanted to get.
Incredible court vision. As a group of guys that grew up watching you play, I was in Tucson. I think we've talked a little bit about this when you won. Wild time for that city.
It was fun.
It was. I mean, you ran the town, man. It was awesome. What's that transition like going from player to coach, right? It's a different skill set. I know you take a lot of those things, but like, what was that process like for you?
I mean, I've been doing it for so long. I've been coaching. My son's 25 now. I've been coaching him since he was 9 years old.
Sure.
So ever since I was playing, when I come home in the summer, I would coach my AAU team. So, I mean, I've been coaching for a long time. And it's just something teaching. I love teaching. My main thing is I love to teach. I love to watch. Like one of my best strength is just going out there watching somebody and being able to help them just off 5-10 minutes of just watching them.
What is that? What about the gym makes it feel like home to you? Is it the smell? Is it the sound? What is it?
I don't know. I mean, it's just just something that you're used to. Like I said, I've been around it. My dad played professional basketball, when I was a baby. So I just been around the game for so long. It's just second nature to me.
Man, so the fans light up the court. It's an LED court. If you were playing, where would you want them to light up the court for you? We're talking beyond the arc.
It wouldn't. I don't think it wouldn't matter because you add an extra point to wherever you're at. So I scored. I could score at the basket. I get a 3-pointer. I shot a little bit of deep 3-pointers. Not as deep as Steph Curry probably, but I could get out there and get it in the hole.
I love that.
Well, so and FCH is 4-on-4, right? Like, what fundamentally? How do you attack that differently than 5-on-5, right? Like to Jeff's point, it's positionless, but like also you're down a guy, it changes the dynamic. So how do you attack that?
It's gonna be down a guy, but the court's gonna be so much more wide open. If you help on the pick and roll or something else, that leaves the guy open in the corner. A guy slides up. There's gonna be so much more space with playing 4-on-4.
I like that 4-on-4 idea. And, it's kind of like in hockey when they go to 3-on-3 in overtime. It's like a wild game.
Yeah.
4-on-4.
Yeah.
It is. It's going to be fun. just the whole concept is, I think going to change the game.
Those Sacramento Kings teams that you were on were some of like the most legendary in the history of that franchise. What was it like bringing basketball to a city like Sacramento? They had the team for a long time, but they really didn't like when you were there. Because I can remember I loved those Sacramento Kings teams.
100%.
Oh yeah.
It was the fans helped a lot. Me getting traded there from Vancouver, I thought it was going to be a tough transition getting traded, for a fan favorite, a team favorite, and Jason Williams, and coming in, the guys and the fans made it so much easier to play. I came in there and the guys treated me like I had played there my whole career. And the same thing with the fans. They showed me love ever since the first day I was there, and I didn't know what to expect. And that made it 100 times easier for me to perform.
Fans, of course, are at the center of our leagues, plural. What message would you have for them if they want to learn more about the game to be helpful in calling, lighting up these things, figuring out how they can interact with the players on the court? What are the fundamentals? What are the things that they should be learning?
We're going to have to figure it out. Everybody's going to have to figure it out because, everybody sits at home screaming at the TV saying that these guys should do this and that.
Yeah.
Well, now you have your chance. We're going to see how it turns out for you.
and just thinking about the players, what would you tell the players that you're going to be that we're going to have in the league? Like what will you be expecting for them to do when they get here?
Just go out there, play the way they play basketball, play together, have fun. Biggest thing is to have fun. That's my career. I had great times when I was having fun, and this might catapult them to somewhere else. If that's the main thing we're trying to do, get these guys pushed to somewhere else, so maybe they could get a job overseas or get a job somewhere else playing basketball.
Yeah, that's what we did for football. We had a couple guys that made it into the NFL. So
and that's what it's about. Just try to improve guys and just keep pushing them along, keep them playing.
We're gonna have a lot of eyes on this. Well, as you know, and I don't know this actually. We talk a lot about this being FCH being NBA Jam in real life. Obviously, you're taking a lot of cues from NBA 2K. Are you a gamer, Mike? Do you play NBA 2K?
I play 2K. I play 2K. That my son and my nephews and then beat up on me. I'm used to Dreamcast, 2K. Like I play the basketball. I play the basketball like basketball's supposed to be played. Like any space, I try to get up a shot and it's an air ball. So I'm thinking and they're telling me that's a bad shot. I said I got space. It isn't like you miss every contested shot. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm out there playing. They beat me by 50 points, 60 points. So this 2K this year is a little bit better. It's a little bit more realistic, and the finishes are good and stuff too. So I've been playing that.
Yeah, my beat up on me on and I was like, damn. I was like, what is going on?
They love it too.
They love it too. They love
it. A lot of trash.
Speaking of trash talk, I got to know, throughout your course of your career, college, professional ball, who was the best trash talker you ran into?
Well, that's a good question.
It had to be Gary Payton. He's
the
glove.
Right.
Yeah, but there wasn't when I'm out there, I was really quiet person, so no one really, got riled up with me and trash talking with me. But GP was probably the best I seen as far as he had talked to whoever, the fans, the ref, the other team, his teammates. So I have to give it to him.
Just constantly.
Yeah, that was his game. I guess that your trash talk picks up certain people. That was part of his game.
Yeah.
In our chat here, Coach Freddie Airmail says, "Did you see that Harden shot from the other night when he got that guy wide open, shimmy, airball?"
It was a what they call it was 100 something move, but something shot. I forget how they call it, but it was a hell of a move. But
yeah.
People shoot shots like that. People shoot air balls, but you never expect it to be on a making a guy fall and taking your time, showboating a little bit and airballing. So it's hard to comprehend.
They call that the Makuga. Coach, what in your time playing NBA, college, whatever, did you hate defending one certain player, like year in and year out, or it could anybody? Did you just hate defending any one guy?
There was a lot of guys that I played, and we had a lot of good point guards in our era. But the guy I hated guarding the most was probably Stephon Marbury.
Really?
The fact that he was he was a dog, first of all, so he wanted to come against me every night. He was going against everybody every night just to show that he was one of the best point guards. He was going to get 30 shots. And he was quick, he was fast, he was strong. So, he had all the aspects. If he got hot, it was going to be a long night for you because he's going to get at least 30 shots.
Your dad being a coach, former player, all that kind of stuff, obviously you play for a coach and then you got to come home and talk to a coach. You didn't have a lot of time away from the court. What was that like?
It was a little bit different. He wasn't always there around. He was doing, jobs in Puerto Rico. Like he was coaching gone. So as I was growing up, he was doing that stuff on the side, trying to, stay in coaching and stuff like that. So the person that really was in my ear was my mom. My mom was around the game just as long as my dad was. And so, she was tough on me. She was never, in a good way. It wasn't like, she'd make me cry or something, but if in a game, even high school and in college, there was never a time when she told me what I did good.
Yeah.
It was always what I need to work on or what she saw that was bad. And that's good. Nowadays kids want to hear all the good stuff. When they need to hear what needs to make you better.
Yep. I said it all. My mom was my oracle in Matrix. She told me what I needed to hear to flip that around. So that's
yes, I love my mom for that too. And she always, she never butt in. She let me make my decision where to go to college. There was, a lot of schools that were trying to get me, and she just said, pick the one that you feel most comfortable with. And she left it at. She let me choose, and she was happy with whatever I chose.
One of our players in Fan Control Football last year, his mom was his Pop Warner coach, and she didn't start him.
Really?
Which I thought was awesome.
That's
He's
tough.
like,
That's tough.
She made him work for that position. So
that's tough.
I like that.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta make somebody work for it. It's always gonna be competition out there. You don't want to just give somebody the job just because.
That's that's a great comment that you made, Coach. Because I listened to something that Coach Prime said a couple of days ago about discipline and dogs really want it. You say this is what you want, but this is what you're doing. And it really resonated. Like, man, wow, having younger athletes that you and I be working with, trying to find them dogs, like you say, that word resonates with everybody. If you a dog when a dog, and
it's either in you or it's not. It's something you really can't teach. And just. I don't know when to say if it's your upbringing or what. It could happen. It could be, different ways. You could get a dog that's from, great area, lives in a $10 million house. It just depends. It just depends on how bad you want it.
Yep.
Like
Coach, you've been so generous with your time, man. We really appreciate you taking a beat. Before we let you
Thanks for
go,
having me.
I really
Thanks for
quickly
having
want to
me.
ask. I want to ask you one quick. If you tell the story, because I love this. You and I talked a little bit about it in Vegas. So growing up, one of the very first shoes I ever owned that an athlete wore, because an athlete wore, was the Concords that Miles Simon wore and the Flown Posits that you wore. There was a story behind those Flown Posits you broke out in that championship. How did you have? They were originally for for Penny.
Penny
Let's talk a
Hart,
little bit
yeah.
about where how you ended up debuting those shoes for Nike.
You know, I mean, Nike's Arizona's a big time Nike school, so you know we really got a lot of shoes of whatever shoes we wanted, really. But the Nike guy, you know, just came before the tournament and was just like, hey, because you know back then everybody wore your shoes to match your uniform. There was never bright colors with red and blue. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that back then.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody we wore our color uniforms, shoes to match our uniforms all year. Even growing up, but then the Nike guy comes to us and says, hey, I got this new shoe. It's not your guys' team colors, but as soon as he said it won't be out for a while, I said, I don't care what they are, I'm wearing them. And then, you know, I mean, I didn't care how they felt on my feet. I didn't care if they were heavy. I just said, you know, if the shoe ain't, that's just the way I've been. I've been a shoe fan ever for so long. And he just said, it's not out yet. So he gave it to everybody on the team. If you wanted to wear it, you could wear it. If you didn't, you didn't. You wore what you felt comfortable wearing. And, you know, I just told myself I'm wearing them no matter what.
Beautiful shoes. Did Coach Lute Olson know about it, or you just showed up with them on, or?
I don't know. I mean, Coach Olson was so laid back, and I mean, he's probably one of the greatest coaches.
Yeah.
And one of the greatest I think one of the greatest men to ever, you know, be around. I mean, just everything he did was genuine. You know, you could tell that he cared about the kids, and I mean, you could tell, and that's what made us so good. He let us play to our strengths, and we played for him.
It's awesome.
I love it.
Mike Bibby.
We're going to see a bunch of players playing for you, and we can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Thanks for being part of the FCH, and thanks for being here on the show.
See you in a week, Coach.
See ya.
Mike Bibby. Wow. He is
Legend.
He's awesome. And
Just incredible, isn't it?
So cool.
I mean, from the minute we met him.
You know, I grew up in the Bay Area in those years with him playing for the Kings, and like it's just wild. I'm like sitting here, he's chatting with us. It's wild. Yeah.
I mean, but from the minute we met him too, we're like, this is the guy, right? Like again, he'd expressed an interest, and we sat down with him, and a dude just really gets it. I think he embodies everything that we want from like a head of the coaching on that side.
Yeah, and he's like you said, he's got the bona fides for coaching. He's been doing it. He's been coaching.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's in his family. Josh mentioned his dad.
Yeah. We had two questions I wanted to get to, but we will ask him next time. Iconic Bears, Jose Ruckus. I'll ask him and I will relay the answers to you, or we'll get Mike Bibby back on the show. But
he's coming back.
Oh yeah. Right now, we've had a guy in here since the show started because I forgot to give him his time as to when he was supposed to be on the show. That's on me.
No. Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the head of content at Knights of Degen. It's the Jigga Man Porto.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks. The good thing is Mike Bibby was there. Okay.
Yeah.
As a Knicks fan, you know, his dad was drafted by us, which was huge. Yeah. And then we got Bibby that last season of his career. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bumped by Bibby.
Don't read the
He just got
private
bumped
chat.
by Bibby. Celso.
Bumped by Bibby. Make that a show name. Name.
Look, I had a tank top on when I first got here, and then Mike Bibby came out. I was like, zip, sure.
Coming it up.
I was like, put your little chicken arms away.
I like your new establishment, man.
Thank you.
Looking good.
Yeah. Degen Tavern. You know.
Yeah.
You guys want to drink?
It kind of looks like a cross between where they drink in Game of Thrones, where they drink in like Tron, and like my basement as a kid.
Oh, all right. Well, your basement is pretty dope. I would love to hang out in your basement.
Dude, Celso, how is everything going with Knights of Degen, man? Like, I'm so excited. You guys are cranking content. Every time I look up, there's a new show, a new initiative. Like, how are things going over there, man?
Good. You know, we put tape on my eyes so I never fall asleep, and we make sure that we're putting out, 11 shows at this point. We've got 3 more releasing here in the next 10 days.
I'm sorry, I thought you said 11. I thought you said for a minute there I was going crazy. I thought I heard 11 shows. That would be wild.
Yeah, so we have 11 right now, and we're going to be at 13 shows by the end of October. It's just been so much fun, man. You guys know that's what I love to do is I never thought I'd be a Josh McCougar style guy, but hey, here I am. You see, it's the look, Josh. They were like, oh, you know what? You look like that McCougar guy. Let's bring you on board.
You got to look. He's got to look. He's got to look. Yeah, pretty good look.
Oh, I also want to thank you guys for putting this on Facebook. Hi, Grandma. One time she's able to see me.
Just wait till we debut on LinkedIn, Jig. Just wait till we debut on LinkedIn, baby.
All your former employers will see it.
Heck yeah.
So glad we moved on from that guy.
Hey, Celso, I want to pitch a show to you for Nights of DGen. It's called the Gigaman Transfer Portal. Get it?
I get it.
I like Bumped by Bibby more, Josh.
Yeah.
Shut up, Jeff.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it has legs,
He's
Josh.
right. He's right. Yeah, all right. Fine.
I was trying to be nice, guys.
I don't know if you know, this isn't a nice show. So.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Welcome to
I
my
don't know
world.
if you guys saw. I don't know if you saw the tweet I put out earlier on how Josh asked me to come on the show today, and it was pretty epic. I mean, Josh literally was just like, "You tomorrow trivia, fan control, thoughts," and all I did was LFG. I tried that today, Josh. I felt so good. I was like, "Yo, guest next week, night shift." Response came back. Who's this? So it does not work for everybody.
You know the key to that? Don't respond to your texts.
Jeff, don't get me started with you. If you go back and look at your email over the last month, I'm in there. Okay, I'm in there. I thought I'd try a different route. It didn't work.
How about his new, instead of Jeff 2 N's 1 T Kanata, it's 2 N's no texts Kanata. No, thank you guys. Thank you. I'll go for 2. Here we go. All right, Celso, you want to play some trivia or what?
Yeah. I want to keep my record of never winning on the fan
Oh,
control
boom.
show.
Here we
Let's
go.
go. Hey, you know a dog when you
this.
see one.
All right. After his huge victory on Saturday, huge, epic, 15 years in the making, you will be going up against the commissioner, Ray Austin, in trivia. Here we go.
You gonna drop one of those on me, Ray? You gonna drop one of those on me? Okay.
Balls orange. I was the #1 swimmer at a Tennessee Volunteers swim camp in 1996. Let's go. Here we go. All right. You were there. Oh, shit, Ray.
I wish I would have known you were swimming.
Damn. Okay. As this season of the NFL has progressed, a team that wears green is somehow good. The New York Jets are good.
I love this already. Let's go.
Come on, Jets.
Is that a thing? And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, one Raymond Austin played for the New York Jets.
Wow.
Dude, you can literally see through his arm. Do that again.
Yeah, the green screen. Look at that.
That is serious. I've never seen that.
Truly terrifying.
Yeah, it was weird.
So, okay. So, your first category here is winning records for the Jets. I give you the year. You tell me if they had a winning record or not. We will start with JMPKOD. Here we go.
The good news is just say not because the odds are in your favor.
Yeah. It's not a coin flip.
But are they, Jeff? But are they? All right.
I should've pulled things before
1998. JMP. 1998.
1998. Yes.
That was a winning record. Give it to him. Give him the points.
Declan
Raymond
Marshall? Yeah.
Raymond Antonio Banderas Austin. 1990. 1990. Winning, losing record.
Yes.
Oh, it was a losing record. 6-10. 6-10.
Shit.
This is the first time I was
JMP.
happy about us having a losing record. Thanks. Coach.
About 2 years earlier, JMP, 1988. 1988.
No.
Oh, they had a winning record. Barely. They were 8-7-1. The tie helped them into the winning record situation. All right. It's 1-0 still. Raymond, 1970. Winners or losers?
Winners.
Oh, losers. 4-10. 4-10. It's a tough year for the Jets there. All right. JMP, 1980.
Question mark? I'm Ron Burgundy.
Yes.
They were losers again. 4-12 in 1980. All right. Raymond, 1981. Winners or losers?
Losers.
No, winning record in 81.
Wow, they really bounced back from that 80 year. Huh?
Yeah, they did.
Like,
4-12 to 10-5.
Wow.
Okay, here we go.
rebuilding years in a okay.
In an off season. All right, JMP, 1983.
So I was 1 year old at that time in 1983, and I would have no idea if they were bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with every time I've gotten them wrong. So I'm going to go with no. That year they did not.
They were that 7-9 season in 83. Give the man a point. He's up 2-0 on Raymond. Raymond, 1984.
Yeah.
Nope, 7-9. They were losers.
Yeah.
JMP, we're gonna go in line here. 1985.
What did I say
Big money,
last
no
time?
whammies.
85. Let's go with yes.
They were winners, 11-5 record in 85. Holy cow, the Jets are on the up and up. And finally, Raymond, defensive back for your Tennessee Volunteers, 1986.
Yes.
Yes, give him 1 point for 3. We end the round 11-6 for those Jets and 3-1. JMP KOD up 3-1 as we head into the second round of trivia. Today's trivia brought to you by Mike Bibby's biceps. Holy jeez, they didn't even fit in the camera. Ray, 1-on-1 against Bibby in football. Who wins? You or Mike Bibby?
Oh, he ain't gonna pass. I'm breaking.
They underestimate his quickness.
They cannot touch the commish.
I'll dislocate a finger. That's not happening.
All of his fingers have been dislocated. He is currently trailing 3-1. We'll start with you. Okay.
Oh my God!
What
Those
happened?
Fingers. Did you see his hands?
Yeah, I'm his hype man. Can't keep these fingers in check.
So many angles. They're
So
fingers.
many angles.
So many angles.
This, as we know, probably the best quarterback in the league this year that's getting paid enormous amounts of money. Russell Wilson, currently going into week 7, he has 5 total touchdowns. 5 total touchdowns. And as I saw on TikTok, he has 12 bedrooms in his bathroom. And a fan in Denver is doing a bathroom watch to see when he hits the number of bathrooms equals the number of touchdowns he throws. He's currently at 5. He's not on a great pace. So these are more or less touchdowns, 5, than Russell Wilson. Okay, these are things in my life or people's lives. Okay, here we go. We start with Ray, down 3-1. Ray, more or less than 5 times I've been hit with a golf ball on the golf course, more or less than 5.
More.
Oh, just less. I've been hit 4 times on the golf course. Once in the head, twice in the leg, once in the stomach.
I would have guessed like a target. You just look like a target.
I would have guessed more
aiming
this
for him.
week. I would have.
Okay, here we go. JMP, more or less than 5 episodes of The Mentalist Jeff Kanata was on.
Yes, more than 5.
Ooh, 1. He was only on 1 episode.
I remember that too.
It did not bring me back. No, I did not come back.
They loved his performance, but they went in a different direction, Ray. They went in a different direction.
What was the role? What was the role?
What was the role? I'll give you a hint. It was a cop.
Yeah.
You know what? I love that show had such a unique angle. It was about a guy who solves crimes with his mind.
Yeah.
Like no other show ever before it has been.
But he knew how the crime ended and still had to solve it, Patrick. All right, here we go. More or less 5 times. Ray, times I threw a high school party when my parents left the house. 5. Yeah, that's correct. A lot of it. That was a big number. I don't even know if I could count.
Said my background was your basement. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 3-2. JMP, times D's gave me a LaCroix when I asked for a simple water.
I'm going to go with more.
That is correct. It was very confusing how many times I was handed a LaCroix and all I wanted was a water.
That's not a fair question. That's not all they drink. I don't know what they're. That's all they drink.
All they drink. 4-2 JMP. Ray, more or less than 5 times I've tried to watch For All Mankind and just can't get into it.
Oh my God.
Less than.
No, more. I keep watching that damn pilot and I can't get into the show.
At what point, Josh, do you realize you don't like it?
I don't know.
Change that.
Well, Jeff and Patrick talk about it like it's friggin' Sopranos.
It's
a slow
one
burn.
of the best. It
It's a
is.
slow
But
burn.
It's all domino setup, and then this knocks them all down, baby.
You got to get past the first episode, Josh.
You
That's
do.
the key.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's how that works.
All right, more or less, JMP. Cars I've wrecked. 5, more or less.
Less.
Ooh, 6. We're sitting at 6 cars.
Gosh, how do you
Not
still
good.
have a license, bro?
Yeah. Well, a couple of them weren't my fault. A couple of them were. You know, what are you gonna do? Okay, it's 4-2. Ray. More or less number of times I eat a quesadilla every week.
Oh, that's good. I gotta say more.
I go less. I'm lowering my quesadilla
Oh, you're
intake.
doing
Too much
okay.
dairy. Too much
Okay.
dairy.
Okay,
Yeah, too much dairy. All right, JMP, KOD.
What?
Number of bottles of ketchup I've had to throw away that my wife bought that weren't Heinz.
Oh yeah, definitely more.
Yeah, she keeps buying these ridiculous ketchups.
I don't want the great value. Leave that at Walmart. Get me same page.
It's Heinz or nothing.
Hey,
thank you.
Hey, if it's not too late to add a show name suggestion, ridiculous ketchups.
Put it in there, Jeff.
Wait,
Woody the
I
Duck
thought you were
says
thinking it was like artisanal ketchups. I thought they were going the other way. Celso went down here. I was like,
Amanda will buy it. She's like, oh, it was the one that was on sale. I was like, that doesn't matter.
yeah, no, agreed. Sorry.
It doesn't matter. Woody the Duck says breakfast quesadillas count. They're a quesadilla and they're delicious.
Is that just because your allegiance to the Heinz Corporation?
Yes, and it's the best ketchup.
Okay.
Jeff, sorry.
Seems like a weird line to draw in the sand, but okay.
Dying on this hill.
I am dying on this hill. Ray, speaking of a hill I'm dying on, more or less times 5, I wore golf shoes to FCF games last year.
I would say more.
Yep, I wear them every day. They're just tennis shoes that are golf.
I think I one time, are those golf shoes?
Yep. Josh never knows when golf might break out.
Correct. 5-3, JMP ending out the round. Number of times I've worn pants and not shorts while working from home since season 2.0 ended. 5, more or less. Times I've worn pants.
I'm gonna say less.
That is correct. I have not worn pants yet. I no pants.
Man.
All right. And it is 6-3 as we head into the final round. This is the thumbs up, thumbs down round. JMP, you'll be playing with Patrick Dees.
Hell yeah.
You'll be playing with Jeffrey Ainsley Canada. Okay.
Come on, man.
Here we go.
Do
These are mascot names and like identities I came up with for our FCF teams. And you guys, if you like them or not. Okay.
All right.
JMP, you'll be. Does Dees like this name? Board the Ape. He's a hairy piece of construction lumber.
I'm gonna go with no.
He doesn't like it, son of a bitch.
Not even a little bit, no.
All right. Ray, does Jeff like this one? Freeze destroying. It's a frozen destroying. Like Glacier Boys? Destroying?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. 7-3. Freeze destroying.
We're selling those in
Glacier
like
Boys.
like a raspberry flavored
Freeze
swing. I
destroying.
want one of those. That sounds delicious.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. All right. JP, does these like this one? This one's right up your alley. His name is Shieldy, the Knights of Degen Human Shield. Shieldy.
I'm gonna go with no.
I kind of love it. Just two googly eyes and a giant shield, tiny little legs.
He's the human shield. Look at him go.
I love it.
Here we go. Jeff. Ray, does Jeff like this one? Sensei John Beast. It's just Martin Cove in a Beast jersey. From Karate Kid.
No.
Oh, come on. It was okay, fine. All right. 8-5. Okay, here we go. Jigga, does D's like this one? Crepe Okie. It's a crepe shaped like an 8. Crepe Okie.
Somebody's hungry. You know what I mean?
I don't know. These, I'm going with a no on this one.
What? Oh, I love
I'm
that
hungry.
one. Oh, that's not my turn. Not my turn, but that one's amazing. Crepe Okie?
Crepe so good. Oh.
All right, should have been stars. Should have been stars was a really tough one to come up with. All I came up with first star. He's a drunk star. Oh, no, I got nothing.
Wait, say it again. You gonna cut out there for a second. What?
He's Bar Star. It's like Bart Star, but Bar Star. He's just a drunk star.
Oh, Bar
He's
Star.
drunk. Yeah. Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh.
It's okay. It's
Valiant
eight
effort.
six. Here we go. All right. Stingpin the Kingpin. It's with a crown.
Wait, one more time. Sorry, I caught a little bit about it.
Damn it. Stingpin. It's a Stingpin the Kingpin. He's a bee with a crown. It's a
Stingpin the Kingpin.
I don't even know. I'm gonna go with no.
No, I honestly, the delivery, the way he's like, it sounded adorable. He's like, with the crown. I love it.
Kingpin.
No context. I don't love it. With that crown, Josh sold it. I'm in.
Okay.
See, so the internet fail actually worked in your favor, Josh.
Yeah, correct.
There you go.
Correct.
There you go.
Delivery.
Okay, here we go. Commish. His name is Tape the Ape. It's a bored ape covered in all kinds of tape. Like a tape. He's like duct tape and tape.
Josh, not your strongest week, buddy. Not your strongest week.
These are harder than you think.
Yeah, no, that sounds impossible.
All right, finally, I think you're gonna like this one, JMP. Dwight the Knight. It's a medieval Dwight Schrute.
100%. Come on.
All right. That's your trivia for this week.
Incredible.
Congratulations, JMP, for pulling up the victory 10-8 against the Commish Ray Austin. Congratulations to his Tennessee Volunteers. And Celso, just come back in. We love you, buddy.
Yeah, you're a legend.
Appreciate you guys.
Keep crushing it, buddy.
Thanks, dude.
Incredible.
We did it.
What a show. What an incredible show. All the times we had.
Oh,
What's
the
that?
times.
Is the poll up for the show name? I'm very
Yes,
interested
it
to hear
is.
what those are.
Yes, it is. We got super sharp dudes, cooking greens, hot dog water, artisanal ketchups, and don't call it soccer right now.
Oh, pretty solid.
I like hot dog water.
Hot dog water and
really good.
artisanal ketchups is in a dead heat right now with over 1,200 votes. And
Let's go.
A lot of
Dead
channel
heat.
points. A lot of channel points.
Hot dog water.
Woo.
That's incredible.
Quick promo out there. Don't Cause a Ruckus had its first episode yesterday. It'll be every Wednesday here across all of the channels. AJ Ka, Jose Ruckus in the show. It's our version of a very fun PTI type show. They're going to have all kinds of sports topics. They talked about some movies and TV as well. They'll be there every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific. Next week, the arcade launches 4 p.m. Pacific, Tuesdays, right here on our channels. And then Thursdays, of course, the Fan Control Show.
Who came
So
up with
good.
Don't Cause a Ruckus. I believe that was AJ Ka and Jose Ruckus.
Genius. And what a show, guys. If you don't know, this is part of FCTV, which is fan controlled television, where we're giving fans an opportunity and to have their content on all our channels and give them a platform. We're so excited to work with passionate fans. Things that they're passionate about. And this is one of the first ones. It was incredible.
hot dog water! We're gonna call it hot dog water. I motion to make that our new permanent name.
Let's just keep it hot dog water.
This is where we
That's
end
pretty
it,
good.
guys.
Well,
It's been a real good
Yeah,
run.
what a ride.
That's delightful. Thank you for being with us. Remember, we're here Thursdays, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, twitch.tv/fan-controlled sports, on YouTube, on Facebook, as a podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Anywhere. You can't get rid of hot dog water.
YouTube, boom. Twitter, boom. Maybe next week,
Look at that.
TikTok.
You get
that?
some hot dog water on you, you can't get rid of it.
No way.
No.
And
right.
we are now twitch.tv/fan-controlled sports. Boom.
Fan-controlled sports. And remember, next week is the first tryout. Oh my goodness, in Chicago. Incredible. It's going to be fun. We're going to be getting you ready for fan-controlled hoops, which is coming up in February. So stay with us. Be with us every single week. It's a lot of fun. We got amazing guests. We got goofy topics. We got fun trivia. Don't forget to get over there to FC Hoops, or as I call it, fachoops.io.
Fachoops.
Sign up, get in on the action. We'll see you next week. Until then, power to the fans.
Power
Power
to
to
the
the fans.
fans.